Hi everyone, happy 2nd of December, and today I'm sharing the Advent Calendar cut files for Pear Tree Cut Files 2021. So this is the Scrapbookers one and also the December album one. I'm going to be using this December album one and also yesterday's album cut file to create two foundation pages for the start of my December album. So I've cut the Christmas 2021 cut file, which was yesterday's one from white cardstock, and I've cut out the letters from patterned paper, and I'm simply just gluing them straight on to that white background. I'm trying not to add too much dimension to my album this year because it always ends up far too thick and bulky. So once I've done that, I'm going to colour in that word Christmas with some Indian ink that I've got. And then once that's done, I'll leave it to one side to dry. And now it's dry, I can decide what I'm going to do with it. So first off, I've pulled out some of these Rosie Studio collection, which is called Twinkle All the Way, and I'm just going to use this for my album this year, and a few other bits from my stash. So I'm just going through looking at what bits of ephemera I might want to use on this layout, and I've pulled out that little Christmas tree. So to start with, I was going to use that gold patterned paper, but it's just a little bit too bold for what I want, so I'm going to use this music script paper from the Rosie Studio collection, and just think it creates more of a subtle background than that gold. I think I'll cut that gold up into smaller pieces so that it's used for like 6x4 or 3x4 cards. So I've just glued that flush to the background, and then I'm going through some sticker books. This is a Simple Stories sticker book from last year, just to look for some different stickers that I can add to bring in a bit more colour. So I want to bring some of that dark green, so I've just stuck that border sticker on there, and then I've run it through my sewing machine and added some gold stitching along both the word Christmas and also that border sticker that I've just stuck on. I want to take off some of the white edge of that die cut, so I'm just fussy cutting around it so that it covers less of the cut file and patterned paper. So I'm going to add that with some foam squares so that it's a little bit raised, but not they're quite flat ones. And then I'm not going to add too much more to this layout. I just want to add some small like word stickers. So these are from Mrs. Brimble's, when I can eventually get them off the backing. So I'm just going to stick them down, and I also pull out some from the Rosie Studio sticker collection. I want to bring in some dark colour because I've obviously got that bold Christmas word there, so I want to bring in a black sticker just to so that there's another pop of black on this title page. I am going to purchase some of the new Pear Tree bits and pieces, so no doubt I will add a few of them to this page once I've received them. But for now I'm just adding a doodly black border, and that will be this title page for my album completed. Next I'm moving on to today's cut file, which is this beautiful hot chocolate or coffee cup, and I'm going to add it to a 6x4 card. So I've got a white piece of cardstock there, and I'm going to add this Mrs. Brimble's vellum piece to it, which has got candy canes on it, which I thought was quite apt, seems as there was one on the coffee cup. So I'm going to simply cut out pieces of patterned paper to back my coffee cup or hot chocolate cup. So I'm literally just drawing around each individual element and then cutting it round, and I'll stick it flush down to the back with just some wet glue. So I'm trying to use up some older bits of patterned paper that I've got around. I'm going to use this piece for the coffee cup. So I'm going to have a green tree and then like a craft cup. So now I've got the main part of the cup done, I'm going to look at the smaller details. So that is the candy cane and that cream at the top. So for the cream, I'm just going to add some white cardstock straight onto the back of it. And then for the candy cane, I'm going to use small pieces of that edging strip to create the red, and then use some small pieces of the white cardstock to create the white as well. So I know that that patterned paper piece has got words on it, I think it says fa la 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 la, but you can't tell when it's there in the candy cane. So that is my cardstock cut file backed now, and what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to stick it flush to that piece of card to create my 6x4 card that's going to sit in my album. I'm going to use my Wink of Stella pen to add some silver glitter to the cream on top. It's quite a subtle effect, and you can't really see it in the photos after, but it's there with a little shine to it. So now I need to decide what I'm going to do with this 6x4 card. I feel like it needs a bit more embellishment. So I'm going through some older stickers again to look at what colours work with that Rosie Studio collection that I'm using this year. So I've pulled out this crepe paper snowflake collection, and I've got that sticker that says hot cocoa on it and a similar coloured tree. I'm just layering that up, and then I do add a line of gold stitching along the bottom of the cup where the saucer is. Now I'm going through some of my Mrs. Brimble's journaling cards. These are from last year, and this says it's beginning to taste a lot like Christmas, which I thought worked well with the cup. So I'm going to use a 6x4 and a 3x4 page protector for this one, and that's roughly how it's going to look, and this will go in my album at some point. So I've not decided where it'll go, so I've not added numbers yet. I'm going to use the beautiful wooden numbers that Marie's designed for this month's release, which will be for tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So here you have my completed foundation pages, and I will put photos on or a flip through when the album's complete later into next year probably.